People have gone out of their minds on the COVID. Play the health director of Los Angeles County. Is that correct? Dr. Barbara Ferrer. Why we listen to these people? Of course, those of you who graduated, she's what? She's a PhD in gender studies. She's not even a doctor, really. Anyway, it's irrelevant to me if she's a doctor. All of a sudden, humanity has decided to give over its common sense to people who have an MD or PhD in epidemiology. We want their input. We don't want their decisions. Is that obvious? Same thing with the military. That's why the commander-in-chief is a civilian. But we have no leaders. You are taught at college not to think for yourself. Ask what the experts say. Most experts are fools because most human beings on big issues are fools. They could be very wise in personal issues. Human being is a complex creature. But macro wisdom is not available to many people because they don't pursue it. Let the experts, what do the experts say? Then they're lying about that, by the way. Then you bring experts who differ. Oh, they're quacks. So it's all a lie. It's a gigantic, spectacular lie. Listen to the experts. Listen to the experts that agree with me. That's what Newsom says. That's what Garcetti says. You're not an expert unless you agree with me. So really, I'm the expert. Let's be honest. They claim let's follow the experts, but they really say follow me, and I'll provide the expert I want. Let's hear this farce, this destructive farce coming from this Barbara Ferrer.
School's going to need from us, and then what is the experience around cases and outbreaks when we open even.
Okay, excuse me. We don't care about cases. Is that not obvious? We care about who is hurt. It shows you she's a moron. And not in every arena. She may be a genius in child rearing, a genius in law, a genius in whatever field she wants to be. She may be a genius mother and a genius wife. She's a fool and a moron in this matter. We don't care about cases. Is that not obvious? We care about who's hurt, who's hospitalized, and who dies. What difference does it make how many? Wait, let me quote Hillary. What difference at this point?
What difference at this point does it make?
Exactly. I knew that phrase would be useful one day. And there it is. She was foreseeing and foretelling the future. Cases. By the way, there's more evidence that asymptomatic people don't even transmit it. Have you seen that? Yes, I mean, I'm not telling you this is a given. I just want you to know that I'm following that line, that the asymptomatic don't seem to transmit it, or not nearly as much as the symptomatic. Very interesting, yes.
Cases and outbreaks when we open even for a relatively small number of people to be on campus. So we don't realistically anticipate that we would be moving to either Tier 2 or to reopening K through 12 schools at least until after the election, in early November.
Because the election has an effect on the COVID, as everybody knows. It's you study that when you get your PhD.
In early November, like when we just look at the timing of everything.
Of course, it makes sense.
The more realistic approach
election
to this would be to think that we're going to be where we are now until we are done with the elections.
Yeah, because exactly, it makes perfect sense. Anyway, look, there is a bright side. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding at all. Schools in the Los Angeles district are propaganda mills. They have completely abandoned teaching for the most part, and you should just start homeschooling your kid. By the way, you can't even send your kid. You can't decide. This is what is amazing to me. You can't decide to send your child to a private school in most cases. This is mind-boggling. This is a dress rehearsal for doing this all the time. Now the flu, by the way, I don't understand why it'll be. If that's flu season elections, where we're entering flu season. People die. Kids really do die of the flu. They don't die of COVID, but they do die of the flu. And then for the unsophisticated American mind, which is a tragedy for me to say, I truly believe the American mind was more sophisticated 50 years ago. After 50 years of higher education and television, it's done its damage. As the chief of health in the UK said, not having your kid go to school is much more damaging to them in a large number than having them. It's more damaging than COVID. That's the way he put it. The English-speaking countries, I have a theory. This is theory number 85226, if you're keeping track of Prager's theories. The English-speaking countries have gone the craziest on COVID. UK, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, US.